Some exciting news from our Fox 61 studios this morning. Student News is back. As part of our message of hope, helping organizations promote education, this popular program allows middle and high school students from across the state to explore multimedia journalism. Each week, we will showcase one story on air and on our website and on our Facebook page. Here is a look at our first story about students in South Windsor who are getting help with their reading from a furry friend.
Learning how to read can be a stressful task, but these children are put at ease with the help of Josie, a certified reading therapy dog. Owner, Sandy Charbonneau, has been working at the school for many years. After hearing about the Sandy Hook incident, she was inspired to bring Josie to the school and start the READ program.
The program that I do here at Orchard Hills School is the reading program, and it's called READ because it means Reading Education Assistance Dogs. And the theory behind it is that when children come in to read with an animal, whether it be a dog or something else, their inhibitions and their nervousness and fear of reading goes away.
Principal Mike Tortora was skeptical at first, but believes Josie plays a key role in helping students thrive.
At first, I think I was a little hesitant until we started to talk about it, because then she kind of told me the overall purpose of the program and the training that was really involved with her and Josie, and just the benefits to our students.
I like reading with Josie because when you make mistakes reading, she doesn't judge you.
Sandy Charbonneau is optimistic that she and Josie will continue to benefit the students in the upcoming years. With Lauren Adamo and Hannah Mitchell on camera, this is Maddie Donahue reporting.
Brought to you by Big Y World Class Market.
And joining us this morning to talk a little bit more about this exciting relaunch, we have Madison Donahue, her teacher, Philip Rocky, and Connecticut's Commissioner of Education, Diana Wetzel. Thank you so much for being here. All right, let's talk to you, Mr. Rocky. You've kind of taken this and given it to your students. Tell me a little bit about the process and what they've been doing.
The students do a daily news broadcast, but this part of it is they learn how to find a story and then produce the whole thing. So they have to come up with the ideas, and then they get the cameras, they set up the mics, they conduct the interviews, and then they take it all the way through to the final production where they have to edit it and make a story that's great.
How's the feedback been from the students so far before we get to Madison?
Great. They've actually wanted to do another one, so we're rolling for number 2.
All right, number 2, that's an ambitious class. We love it. Madison, talk to us a little bit about how you went through this process. What are maybe some things that you learned about journalism?
Well, I think I really learned that this was definitely something I wanted to do in the future, and it really helped me realize that this was a huge passion of mine, that I love being in front of the camera. I really learned, I think, what goes into making a news story. I did not realize, from getting cover shots to interviews to the whole editing process, how much time goes into it. And really, just when you're there filming, like I know when we were at the school, you were really just in the moment with them, and it was just really cool to be a part of such an awesome program over at Orchard Hill, and they were awesome to work with. So it was really cool to be involved with our community.
Did you find that there was a challenge that maybe surprised you a little bit?
I think, this was my first time, and I think my partner Hannah and Lauren and this was our first time working with some of the equipment. So it was a new thing for all of us. So I think that really just getting out of that comfort zone of ours and just going and talking to people in our community was a little bit of a challenge at first, but I think, especially with round 2 coming up, that we'll be a lot more confident this time, and that'll just be a lot more. It'll be a lot better and more exciting.
Yeah, practice makes better, right?
Yeah.
We can't say perfect, better. And Commissioner, talk to us a little bit about why this program will benefit students, not only in learning in journalism and learning the skills there, but also being engaged in the community as well.
Yes, one of our biggest goals is to help students find their voice. We think that students getting involved in their communities is a really important part, particularly of civic education, and that we know that when kids have the opportunity to learn a skill like this in their interest area, that they're going to be more engaged and they're going to be able to do more in school and give back to their communities.
Does it help too when you have a lesson that is so hands-on?
We think so, and I think it gets to the whole idea of things that speak to children's personal interests, and particularly allows kids to express themselves and be creative.
And Mr. Rocky, I'll ask, when we talk about personal interest, a lot of the different topics that came up were something that was close to a student's heart. They had different things that they wanted to concentrate on. Looking at those topics and moving ahead now into round 2, do you see that similar approach as we move forward?
I do, and a lot of it is all about their contacts, who they know, this particular story, one of the students actually worked in the school, so that was a connection that they were able to make that I think has a lot more meaning, because now they're telling a story about something that they know about, they have a connection to, and they want the community to hear about. So it's a good opportunity.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We look forward to round 2 and getting more stories in. And now we want to send it over to Rachel. But before we do, just want to say one more thing. To find out a little bit more about the program or to watch Madison's story again, download our news app or check it out on our Facebook page. All right.